Ladies That Wine, episode 2. How my ladies doing?
Good.
Yes. Okay, so the people have spoken, so we got to give the people what they want. So, more questions, more wine. So, ladies, a lot of women have emailed me, okay, and commented, and they want to know, why are so many black women single?
Why are so many BWs single? It's Black Male Advice TV. We are back again with another live stream, dealing with the real issues. Make sure you get the likes up on the video as we react to this interesting content. The #1 channel on YouTube, you already don't know what it is. Putting in the most work. Black Male Advice TV. We're dealing with the topic of forever unmarried. Yeah. Why are BWs single? Well, we have a room full of BWs all over the age of 40. And we're gonna find out exactly why they're single. You know, very, very interesting content. Anyway, without further ado, let's go into this thing and find out exactly what's going on. Why are BWs single? Let's find out why. Let's go.
And who said
not
so
only us.
many of them are single?
So I personally feel the reason why
I feel attacked.
Why are they attacking us?
See, I can see why they're single. See, guys, we don't like dealing with none of that mess. And this is why you're single. We didn't even have to go into the video. We could just end the show right there. This is why. You know, y'all all over 40. Y'all still trying to figure out why you're single. I mean, I don't even need to listen to y'all. I could just pretty much tell you why. #1, none of you embrace or practice polygyny. Right? You've been on hot girl summer your entire life. Now that you're in your 40s, you realize you made all these mistakes. So now you want Mr. Goodbar now. So you decide, well, we're going to sit down at the round table with the sisters, have some wine in our hand, and you really think that men are going to be lining up to wife you up now. You already done given the best years of your life to Pookie and Ray Ray. Right? This is what's going on in these streets, fam. I'm not making this up at all. What's going on? Divinely Artist. What's going on? Star. Let's see who else we got in here. Someone named Williams. What's going on to y'all in the chat? Let me see what's going on. Why are they single? Because, let me see. Because they're single, spiteful monsters that would kill you without a second thought. Very easy to understand. Okay, you know, I mean, I'm gonna let you rock out with your thoughts. It is what he said. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, let's get into this. Again, we're at the round table with the BW. She's there with her girls. We're gonna pretty much examine the content, share our reaction, commentary, and criticism, right? We're gonna share our thoughts and perspectives on why the BW is single. Let's go into this. Let's go.
racist because they're not open.
Okay.
Most black women that I know that are single, they have like this checklist, and they have to have this, and they have to have that, and they have to have this, and they have to have that.
Again, you have a checklist because you have to have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. That's why you're single, because you have a checklist, which means you're superficial. You're never gonna secure a husband that way. We don't wanna hear your checklist. See, when you were in your 20s, right, you had the quality man that was, in college, you know what I'm saying? He had a liking for you, but you didn't want him because he ain't have no swag, right? He ain't have a car. He may have not been up in his finances. I mean, he's getting his life together. You can't blame him. But see, you gave your J to Pookie and Ray Ray at the college dorm. That's what you did. You gave it to him. You didn't give it to the guy that was studying engineering. And then when you were in your 30s, you possibly had about 2 or 3 kids. And now that you're 40, you realize you made all these mistakes, and now it dawned on you, I need a good man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a video, and we're gonna talk about why we don't have no husband, why we're single. Even though you know the answer to that you've been playing hot girl summer your whole life. Right? But this is what we have to deal with in today's day. Let's get into this. Let's go. Again, they have a laundry list of what they expect you brothers to have. Let's go.
And it's nothing wrong with having standards.
You don't have a checklist?
No.
You don't have a checklist, Siobhan?
No.
Okay. Right now.
We all have a checklist.
We all have a checklist.
But you know what? It's
environment.
So I also think that on your checklist, you also need to look and see really what's really important, because we have stuff on here that may or may not be as important. And that's just my honest opinion. Yes, I have a standard of what kind of man I would want. No, would I want a man that beats me? Hell no.
Right, that's a standard.
So,
that's a requirement.
But I also feel like we're not open either. We have these high standards. We can only date a man that can do all of these things. And you may meet a man that may not have all of them, but may have half of those qualities.
How about not even half of those qualities? How about just getting with a man that actually appreciates you, that want to be a provider, that want to actually get to know you and love you? How about that? See, you don't want that. You have a laundry list of material things that you're expecting from a man. That's why you're single right now. See, I already done told you, ladies, that you're going to be single for the rest of your natural lives. Y'all don't believe me. I'm literally telling you this. Look at all of them. They're all single by themselves. In their 40s. They're never going to have a husband. Never in their life. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, ladies. Guys will line up to smash. Don't get me wrong. They'll line up to smash you. But they're not going to line up to take you down no aisle. They're not doing that. No. There is no incentive on marrying you at this point when you done given your best years to Pookie and Ray Ray, had kids out of wedlock, put on a few pounds, your looks change, you're no longer in your prime, body is not as tight as it once was. You used to be on the track team, you used to be athletic. You used to look real good back in the days, but not anymore. So there really is no incentive in wifing you up. Now, to hit it from the back, yeah, men will do that. Not saying that that's my perspective. I'm just telling you exactly what men would do. Right? Because I'm a righteous man. Righteous men, we normally wife up the women we deal with. That's how we move. But what I've learned is modern women, they don't want a righteous man. You normally want that kind of guy when you're 45, 50. And we're not going to take you at that age. There's no use for you at that point. But let's get back in. We don't want to rush to judgment.
Where I'm coming from. That's how I personally feel. And I see a lot of my friends that are single, and that's the reason why. And they're also comparing themselves to other people's relationships and looking at another man, how they treat their woman and things like that.
That's another problem that modern women have. They're always comparing themselves to other people. You're always looking at somebody else's relationship and trying to compare it as if though their relationship have anything to do with you. You need to focus on yourself. It's very, very important. Let me see what's going on in the comments. Somebody said, I know a few girls with herpes, hot summer. That can be flipped also. There's a lot of guys out there with herpes too. You're not making any sense. You do understand that guys out there are burning up too, right? It's not just women that have herpes. You do understand that, right? Now, I don't know if you said that as a way to make it seem like women just have herpes. You know, they had to get it from somebody. Right? Maybe they got it from a man. Maybe they got it from a woman, a dog. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, let's just keep everything balanced and fair now. Let's get back into this. We don't want to rush to judgment.
And me personally, you don't really know what goes on in their relationship anyway.
Yeah, you don't know what goes on into their relationship. So why are you comparing yourself to other people? It makes no sense. Let's go.
Of course, but is that a black woman thing or is
Yes, it is a BW thing. It's definitely a BW thing. Trust and believe me. It's not a woman thing. So let's not try to imply, let's not put everybody in the same pot, because remember from my last previous video, remember what the news lady said? She said that only BWs, they're at risk of dying while giving birth. But all the other nations of women, they can have births. They don't need to get rid of their pregnancies because after all, they're exempt from those things. So these particular issues only affect BWs at the end of the day.
that just a woman thing?
I don't think it has to be a black woman thing, but it's a woman thing in general.
Or people thing, or humanity thing. Like, what we do is compare, right?
No. It's not a humanity thing. You ladies have to take personal accountability for your lives. The problem is yours at the end of the day. You're the ones who are single. You're the ones that are not married. You're the ones who will never be married in your lifetime. Like, I don't think that y'all really realize the problem that you're in right now. With the overturning of Roe v. Wade, you're going to be single for the rest of your natural lives. Do you understand that? Do you understand that men are now going to be moving in a different way? Not only that, you're going to have to make better decisions, because if you're going to still be out there being sexually liberated and free and just sleeping around the block and whatnot, and you get caught out there, you know what I mean? You know, you can't go down to the local clinic to practice a Roe v. Wade anymore. You're going to have to, be a mom now. So what's going to be your future, ladies, is you're going to either be a single mom for the rest of your life. You're going to be pumped and dumped by Pookie and Ray Ray. Not just because I said it. You're going to allow this by your own choice. Right? I mean, because you're doing that right now. Like, if you really look at your life right now, you're making decisions right now to allow a man that is dusty, right? The guy is dusty, right? You're allowing this dusty beta male to raw dog you. That's how you got pregnant. So you have a track record of allowing dusty beta male simps to get in your vajayjay, right? And these guys, they didn't have to wife you up. They got it for free, right? They put their key in your ignition. They were able to drive you around the city. Right? They were able to dirty your seats. They had their hands all over your steering wheel. Right? They were able to go into your glove department. They went into your trunk. You know what I'm saying? They filled up your trunk with luggage. Right? And then when they finished on their vacation, they pretty much brought you right back to the spot where they rented you from. You're expecting a guy that got his whole life together. You're expecting him to somehow come on that parking lot and pretty much buy you at full price. When in your 20s, you were at your highest value. This is why you're single. Let's get back into this. We don't want to rush to judgment.
Like, that's what social media does for you.
Social media is the killer of relationships. That's the killer. That is the killer of relationships. That's the killer of people's lives. Like, nowadays, like, you really have to slow down from social media, because you excuse my French, you'll be having yourself fucked up. You will.
You'll be having yourself effed up. See, social media has destroyed you ladies, not us brothers. It destroyed you ladies. Because through social media, you're able to get attention that you normally would not get under normal circumstances. See, back in the day, I can recall when the sisters was coming up in the game, there was no internet. There had to been internet around, I'm pretty sure NASA had internet. But I'm talking about like in the 80s, the 90s, you know what I mean? It was very, very little bit of social media type presence. There was no, all those sites that we have today. You didn't even have the, like different cell phones and stuff back in the day. I'm talking about in the 80s, of course. Right? So you had to really meet women face to face. You had to talk to them face to face. You had to shoot your shot. So a woman getting attention back in the day, it wasn't like today where you can start a Instagram and post a picture with your behind and you'll have 30 guys in there thirsting, liking your pics, telling you how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what your size, how much weight you got. It doesn't matter. There's thirsty guys all over the place. So they're going to give you a lot of praise. They're going to be telling you how beautiful you are. You're just beautiful, sister. You're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sister, you're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You hear this every day. You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Every single day. You post a new picture. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You post another picture. Hey, sister, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You post another angle. Sister, you're beautiful. A guy will DM you. Hey, sister, do you know that you are beautiful? You post a good morning picture. Hey, guys, how's everybody weekend? Hey, sister, you're beautiful. You hear this madness every single day, over and over and over. So social media has destroyed you. This is why you bought yourself an iPhone 13, and in September, you're going to buy the iPhone 14. So social media destroyed you. You got a Facebook, you got a TikTok, you got a YouTube, you got a Snapchat, you got a OnlyFans, you got a OnlyFans, you got a OnlyFans, you got a OnlyFans, you got a OnlyFans. Right? So you're getting attention all over the world. This is why you're unable to pair bond with a man. Because since the advent of social media, you have access to so many guys giving you attention that you're unable to choose one man. This is why you're single. Let's go. We don't want to rush to judgment.
I think I kind of agree with what you just said to an extent. It's not a black woman thing. I think it's a woman thing. I think the difference.
No, you're in denial. It's a BW thing. You have trained yourself to be single. You have trained yourself because you've been practicing divorce your whole life. The dating game that says you get with a guy, you make up, break up, make up, break up. So you've been practicing divorce your whole life. So why in the world would you end up becoming a wife when you've been practicing divorce and separation your entire life? You see how that works? Your entire life, when things don't go your way, you just get up, get out, and get something. Right? And you go find yourself a new man, and that don't work out because he don't have a car. You go find a new man. Here's the famous thing. Oh, he cheated on me. So now you went and you find yourself a new boo, right? And then that new boo that you went on Facebook, you told all your girls, yeah, this is my new boo. He treat me so good. We went to Cancun. We had a good time. But while you were in Cancun, he was in another woman's Cancun. Right? And you went on social media talking about he cooning. He cheated on me. So you broke up with that guy and went and found a new guy, and now you had kids with him. But you never became his wife, so those children are out of wedlock. Then you went to this new company job that you were at. You got pregnant by your supervisor. So now you got 3 kids out of wedlock by 3 different men that you really don't even love. And now you on these dating apps talking about how you're single, available, but you didn't put in there in fine print that you got kids. So now you're dealing with more drama, lying on social media, living double lives, triple lives, and now you're wanting to find out and figure out why you're single. It's all your fault. That's why you're single. Shout out to Esther. for the super chat. Said, how it's going? It's going good. You know what I'm saying? Having a blessed day, just having a good time, you know, putting out some quality content, some great reactionary videos so that the ladies can be edified with the actual truth that they don't get from other content creators. Right? Let's get back into this thing. We don't want to rush to judgment.
When it comes to black women, because we're black women, we can speak to black women.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. That's where the difference comes in. I think when it becomes a black woman thing, it could be because most black women are not open to dating outside of their race.
Wait a minute. Now you're talking about they're not open to dating outside of their race as a reason why they're single? See, you ladies, you don't get it. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Men from the other nations don't want you. Stop. Stop. They don't want you. They see what's going on. Please understand that they don't want you. Stop making it seem like, you know, the reason why you're single is because, you know, BWs haven't been stepping out of their race. They're not trying to wife you up. Now, they will probably deal with you sexually, like I always said, you know. And see, this is one of the other reasons why you're single. A lot of times you ladies believe because you look good, you look attractive, right? You're able to get guys to give you attention. You believe you got it. No, you don't got it. You just make men get an erection. That's pretty much what you do. See, here's the thing, ladies. You're a woman, right? So naturally a guy, he's supposed to be attracted to you. That's supposed to happen, right? But now, are these men lining up to make you their wife? No, they're not doing that. They'll line up to have sex, but they're not going to line up to make you their wife. Now, why is it that the majority of men will line up to have sex with you ladies? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. They'll line up to have sex with you because that seems to be the thing that you offer. Number one, you don't keep your legs closed. You're quick to go to the telly. You don't take the time to get to know the guy. You know, you allow these men to raw dog you. You're not really serious about a relationship. At the end of the day, you have to really take personal accountability for what you're actually doing. Throughout high school, junior high school, you've been getting it in. In college, you live your best life now. Hot girl summer. You go on these spring break vacations, and you go to DR to get some new DR. So you went out there to sow your royal oats. And now that you're 40 plus years old, now all of a sudden you're expecting Jesus to send you a husband. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Let's go. We don't want to rush to judgment.
100%.
That is, I think, the reason why.
But why do they have to date outside?
I think a preference is a preference.
No. I'm not saying, I'm not disagreeing with it. I think that is a large portion of it. And I'm going to say, I might get a lot of backlash from this from some. When you look at probably the percentages, right, of available black men.
Here we go.
With the standards of some women might be looking for, black women might be looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That percentage might not be that large for the amount of black women that are available.
Correct.
You hear this madness that she's pushing now? In other words, what she's basically saying is there's not enough of the men that these women are desiring. It's not enough of them to pretty much fulfill all the relationships of all these BWs that are all around. Ladies, let me make something clear to you. Women outnumber men 50-1. Do you understand me? Women outnumber men in today's day 50-1. You know what that means? you will never be a wife in this lifetime under monogamy. Get it through your head. I know you don't like me. I get it. I understand you don't like me. But make sure you understand this truth. You will be single for the rest of your natural life. And there is nothing you can do to change that. As long as you embrace monogamy, you will forever be unmarried. I don't know where do women get this mindset of thinking that like all of you ladies are going to end up with a husband like somehow. It's not going to happen. You're going to either share one man under polygyny or you will be single for the rest of your lives. See, for some reason, it's not registering in your mind. You believe that somehow you're going to land this perfect guy that's making this great salary. He's just doing well. He's successful, and you're going to get this guy. It's not going to happen, ladies. It's never going to happen. You're going to have to either share a quality man who is a righteous man. Because if you get with a Pookie and Ray Ray, he's just going to run through you, run through the other sister, get y'all all pregnant, and leave you with babies at the end of the day. You know, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get no content like this nowhere on YouTube. I'm talking to you straight up. You're going to be single for the rest of your lives. Women outnumber men 50-1. If you have 1 million men in the world, we're just talking about for an example, 1 million men in the world, but you have 50 million ladies. How are all of those ladies going to have their own husband if there are only 1 million men? Could somebody do the math for me? I mean, an infant child can do the math. And you ladies are trying to figure out why you're single. You're trying to figure out why you're unmarried in this day and time. You're never going to find that man because he's already taken. Not only is he taken, a lot of those guys are trapped under monogamous relationships where they can't even look at a woman because their woman is going to file for divorce. This is why I teach you brothers to embrace polygyny. That way, when you get with a sister, there is no such thing as, oh, you're cheating on me. Oh, you're committing adultery. Oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. Oh, no. Adultery, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain what adultery is for a man. Adultery is not if a brother get with a single sister and make that woman his woman. That's not adultery. Adultery is when a man engage in sexual relations with another man's wife. Do you understand? If you can open up your Bible and look at the story of David, he had a man killed so that he can take his wife. According to the Bible, David committed adultery. That's a sin. Now, if he wanted another wife, he could have got with a sister that was single. It would have been fair game. So in today's day, you can't mix mingle the idea of, oh, if this guy have a wife and he get this sister over here and she's single, he's committing adultery. No, he's not. Who told you that lie? That's a lie straight from the pit of hell. See, the problem with modern women is they want to be men. That's what they really want to do. They want to be a man. So for a woman is supposed to be with a man for life. A woman is not supposed to have multiple men. You know, like how it is today. You know, modern women, they have multiple suitors. They have multiple men in their DMs. They have multiple guys that they have on rotations. These particular women are adulteresses, according to the scriptures. The Bible says that a woman is bound to her husband as long as she lives. And the only way she can remarry or get with another man is if her first husband be dead. But see, modern women don't want to obey the Bible. So what they essentially tried to do in today's culture is make you brothers walk in the footsteps of what a woman is supposed to do in terms of being monogamous just to that one woman. That's what they did to you brothers. This is why, as a man, you cannot allow a woman to emasculate you. Brothers, listen to me very carefully. I say these things over the air very clear. And The thing is, when women act as if though they don't know how I move, it have to make you laugh. Like, I teach on polygyny every single time I go live. I teach on these topics all the time. I say these things publicly. You would think, listen. If I was the type of guy that just wanted to screw women, you know, like to just pump them up from the back, right? If I was that kind of guy, I wouldn't waste my time talking about polygyny. I would lie, I would cheat, I would manipulate, I would tell sisters, yeah, I'm single. Oh yeah, hey sister, how you doing? What's going on? You single? You got a girl? I don't got no girl, I'm single, baby. Talking about why would I have a girl? Why? I'm single. See, that's what you guys do. You love to get around women talking about how single you are. That sounds really foolish for a guy that is handsome, got a good job, got things going for himself, ambitious, productive, entrepreneur, but somehow, some way, you're single, right? And you ladies, you believe that stuff. Oh, wow, you're single? Okay, you could come over my house tonight. I'm telling you, fam, it's really bad out here. Shout out to Esther again for another super chat. Appreciate your support. You said, teach, listen up, daughters. It is written in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. The King James Bible says to take away our reproach. See, your reproach, modern woman, is that you're going to be single for the rest of your natural life. That's your reproach. Most of you ladies are going to never bear children for the rest of your natural life. Like literally. And especially now that we're in post Roe v. Wade overturn, oh, you're definitely going to be single for the rest of your life. Or you're going to end up becoming a single mother. Either way, you're going to get caught up in the trap. And this is all punishment from the Most High. Believe it or not. Pookie and Ray Ray being out here pumping and dumping the sisters, that's a curse. That's punishment from the Most High. For the daughters of Zion that are rebellious. I ain't trying to share no man. I ain't doing this. I can do bad on myself. I'm going to find me a man that's going to love me for me. Okay. Keep believing that madness. It's never going to happen, fam. It's never going to happen. Let's go. Let's get back into the video. We do not want to rush to judgment.
The ratio is off. That the ratio of the amount and number or percentage, whatever you want to call it, of black women that are single versus the ratio or percentage of black men
that are available, meet your expectations and your check boxes.
That ratio does not match.
Sure, but there's a deeper issue behind that, right?
See, these women don't realize that women outnumber men. They don't understand that. They're playing dumb. They're really acting like they don't understand this, right? Women outnumber men 50-1. Ladies, you're going to be single for life. Not only that, all of you sisters that are right now in a relationship with a man right now, you're sharing that man. Trust and believe. That guy got another sister somewhere around the block, somewhere at his job. Trust and believe. You don't want to believe this because you're in denial. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you. No, there's no such thing as a man being monogamous. Virtually impossible. All of you ladies talking about, yeah, I'm doing what I got to do so I can secure this husband. I'm going to make sure that I'm fit, friendly. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to do this, do that, do that. Your man got another woman somewhere else. I know it bothers you, but it's the truth. There's no way around it. You're going to either share a man under polygyny, or you'll be single for the rest of your lives, or you will be pumped and dumped, ran through, and a single mom for the rest of your natural life. And there is no getting away from the judgment. Let's go.
Which I don't think is part of ladies that whine, but I do agree. Listen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't, like, there's not still a certain standard.
These women are not following the standard of the Bible. You have all that vagina in the room and none of it is bringing forth life. The Most High put you ladies here to be helpmate to the black man. He put you here to be fruitful and to multiply with the black man. A lot of you sisters are holding your vajayjay hostage because you're trying to negotiate a deal that is not going to work. And you're growing old, you're getting gray hair because you refuse to humble yourself to be meat for the master's use. And because of this, you're going to be single for the rest of your natural lives. Do you understand me? Shout out to CA for the super chat. Appreciate the support. Says if women didn't like men who had other women, male celebrities, athletes, and actors wouldn't have side chicks and groupies. It makes sense. See, to add on to what you're saying, because I've taught about that in videos, that women typically are attracted to and gravitate towards men that women are attracted to. I've even made reaction videos where you saw women basically say publicly that if other women are not interested in a particular guy, they won't even be interested in him. You know, you'll have a lot of women, they'll be complaining about Chris Brown. Oh, Chris Brown, he abused Rihanna. He did this, he did that. But if Chris Brown was in your city, in your mall, and he walked right past you, I guarantee you'll get a little moist up. These women is full of cap, bro. Like I'm telling you, fam, they'll talk the most ish on social media. And then if the celebrity is right in front of them or his car is parked outside and he's sitting in the Lambo like this and he's like, hey, how you doing, sister? Come over here for a second. Come over here for a second. What you scared? She's going to walk right over to the car. Not only is she going to go into the car, she's going to start being flirtatious around the brother. He going to ask her, yo, get into the car. Let's go for a little spin. I'll take you shopping, whatever. She's going to be with it. Don't let these women fool you, bro. Don't let them fool you. They be playing themselves every single day like violins. Let's go.
You have. So
I think that things change
personally-
generationally too, because like before our generation, or like when we were in college, like that is the best place where you're going to meet like these men who we are all there. It's equal. It's the same ratio,
you started
and
the
we
same
date in college, but we don't.
No, it's not equal. It's not the same ratio. What are you talking about? Women have always outnumbered men. That's how the Most High set the system up. There is never going to be a time where every woman is going to have a husband and it's going to all be under monogamy. That's not going to ever happen. You ladies that are chasing monogamy are laughable. I'm telling you, I'm going to be sitting back watching all of y'all on social media because, listen, I know who all you ladies are on social media, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait for the day that you talk about how your man cheated on you. I can't wait. I'm going to be making video after video after video after video. Matter of fact, most of you ladies, you probably already done know that your man got another woman somewhere down the road, but you keep it on the hush-hush for social media. You know I'm right. Let's get into this. We don't want to rush to judgment.
Like end up with these guys. Like
well, wait, there's not the same ratio of black women to black men in college. Like there's not.
I think
It's not.
I think it's almost the same as how it is right now.
yeah,
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not.
Well,
There's way more black women
I
in
went to
college.
HBCU, so we had
And it's still
all
more women, but it's still more women than it is men.
No, we was
In
There's a lot
college,
of
yes,
men.
there
There's a lot
is.
of men.
There's still a lot of men.
There are a lot of black men, but if they weren't looking for the same things. It's like when we were in college, if you think about like either the guys you dated or the guys you messed around with, you weren't really thinking of like that long term to where we are now.
Because you were thinking about 304ing. You were thinking about hot girl summer. You were thinking about living your best life. That's what you were doing in college. You see how they expose themselves, fam? I didn't even have to make this up. You can't make this up.
Like, we weren't, but the generation before us, like they were.
They were thinking like, you know what? I'm gonna meet me a man in college. I'm gonna marry him.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
the
kids.
Why you ladies didn't meet your so-called husband in college? Why you ladies haven't settled down after college? Because you were too busy living your best life now. And that's why you're single now.
I think that's us.
It
A lot of
should've
my
been
friends,
us.
no, but a lot of my
are
friends
us.
they met their man in college and got married.
Yeah.
Like that's just us. I'm saying a lot of people in our age group still did that. They still met their man, whether it was at a white institution or an HBCU.
Yeah.
They met their man in college and they married them.
Well,
sorry.
do you think location makes a difference?
Absolutely.
Because I know
Oh, yes.
people in the South,
South,
they
they
get
get
married.
married.
But that's what I mean about us
Like
versus,
marriage, yeah.
right? So like we wanted to live a certain way. We wanted to do some things. We didn't necessarily want to get married at 23, right? So, and that's what that is. When you meet your man in college.
I mean, I could have been married. I lived in the South. I finished college in the South, and I could have been married with probably
Of
2
course.
kids.
She's lying. She wasn't going to get married. She was too busy being hot girl summer, best life now, doing what she wanted to do, living her best life. That's what she was doing her entire life. You understand? Shout out to CA for the super chat again. Says they tried to crucify Nick Cannon, but I bet you if he called them up and wanted to have a baby with them, oh yeah, they wouldn't hesitate. Women love powerful men. That's a fact. Shout out to Nick Cannon. Notice this, fam. Check this out. All of these women claim that they're all monogamous. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sharing no man. Look at Nick Cannon and look at all the babies that he is having and look at all his different baby mamas. You don't think they all know about his situation? But notice, they still hooking up with him. You know why? Because they want to multiply with him. See, those ladies are fulfilling what the scriptures talk about in terms of 7 women will gravitate towards one man, saying, we'll eat our own food, we'll buy our own apparel, just let us be called by thy name. Right? That's pretty much what they're doing right now. Shout out to Esther again for another super chat. Let's see what we got. Righteous women are attracted to righteous men. We are attracted to men of the Most High. Hence, the women who are members of this channel, we see, I guess, how you, Ringo, are walking in Yah's anointing. Yeah. Hopefully the women in the overflow actually see, because it's very few women that actually recognize real righteous men. The majority of them have been so toxic and they have been so indoctrinated in the world system that they look at righteous men as a problem. When, if they really be honest with themselves, the kind of men that these sisters have always attracted have been nothing but beta male simps, dusty men, whoremonger males that just pump and dump them. Most of their baby fathers are in and out of prison. These guys have no job. They're not making no money. They're not ambitious. These are the kind of men that these women attract. But when I teach and talk about righteousness and truth, they get upset with me and they try to demonize me as if though I'm some sort of monster on social media. But yet these women have no husband. None of them. If you look at every single woman on social media that talk crap about me, none of them have a husband. And they will never have a husband because they're toxic and they have demons that live inside of them and they're unable to be fruitful. These are facts. Let's get back into this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I chose to live a different lifestyle, moving to New York. Dating in New York, I was single for many years. It was much harder to date here because it was not, for me, the
It's not the same.
Dating in New York was very
It was-
easy.
See, it's
Very
serious.
different.
But yeah, dating, but actually,
But this is also
not the
10 years
same.
ago.
It's also not the same.
Yeah, it was
I had a
easy.
hard time dating in New York as far as seriously dating. I could date in New York.
dating and seriously
I
dating
could-
is two
I was-
different things.
I was going on dates every night.
Yeah.
She said she was going on dates every night. You heard that? She said she was going on dates every single night. Now, it's very easy for a woman to go on dates every night because obviously thirsty men want to hit it from the back. So of course you can get a date. Ladies, I keep telling you, if you're a sister and you look attractive, guys will gravitate towards you because they want to have sex. that does not mean that they want to wife you up. Do you understand? Wow. Y'all just ain't getting it. So she thought because she was able to get all these dates in New York that she was really living it up. All those guys wanted was to smash. They did not want to take you serious to wife you up. This is where you ladies are missing the point. You think because you look sexy, you got a nice body, you looking cute, whatever the case is, all these men are chasing you around. You think that mean that all of those guys want to make you a wife? No, it mean that those guys want to turn you around and hit it from the back. That's all they want to do. You could be the baddest bee on earth. There's a guy out there that all he want to do is just hit it. That's all he want to do. It doesn't matter how good you look. Ladies, you're going to have to get it in your mind. It don't matter how fine you look. You've been deceived all this time. This is why the Bible says that beauty is vain. It's vain. It's a waste of time. Listen, ladies, you could be a very attractive sister, right? You can be a wife to a man. Very attractive. You're a very attractive woman. Your man would be on his job messing with another sister that in your eyes is like a 4. And you'll be trying to figure out, why would he be fooling around in the low with a sister that's a 4 when you're supposed to be a 9.5? The truth of the matter is, us men, we really don't go by all of this beauty stuff. It's really about how a woman make a man feel. And this is one of the biggest problems that women don't have, like women have in today's day, is they focus so much on the beauty. Now, don't get me wrong. The way a woman look is important to a man. But what I'm saying is men don't just go by the way a woman's facial feature is. If a woman have a nice looking body, but her face is not all that, a man will still rock with her. Because let me tell you something. You got some sisters out there. They have nice looking bodies. Their personality, excellent. They know how to talk. They know how to have good communication skills. They may not be a supermodel in the face, but she's cute. She's not bad looking. She's not like, tore up from the floor up. But at the end of the day, her body is banging. Her personality is amazing. She knows how to talk. She make this brother feel comfortable. She knows how to vibe with a brother, make a brother feel good. At the end of the day, a man is going to rock out with her. So while you think you God's gift to the earth, you think you're a fine sister, you a 10, you a 9, looking good from head to toe, think you amazing, you got on the Louis Vuitton purse, bag, outfit, jeans, whatever the hell you got going on for yourself. None of that stuff mean nothing to us brothers. We would rather deal with a sister that's a 5. Do you understand me? Let's go.
That's different than dating and meeting some quality man that I want to take to the next step.
Right.
That was difficult living in a big city like New York.
That's difficult because none of these guys are going to ever wife you up. Because they're not righteous men. See, you ladies, you're trying to get dusty beta males to wife you up. All they want to do is hit it from the back. I already done told you already.
Because probably the guys that I was interested in was not ready to settle down. They had too many women, too many options.
They had too many women, too many options. Too many women, too many options. Why? Because women outnumber men 50-1. But you ladies are trying to get a guy to get with you and only be with you. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. It's not going to happen.
Which I understand, and that goes back to the ratio. I think the ratio of black women who are available to the ratio of let's.
You know, it's so funny. My apologies to Sam. I kept calling you CA. I'm looking at the super chat. I'm like, hold on a second. This doesn't make any sense. Was it Sam the whole time that was commenting? Hold on. That was you the whole time. I'm over here bugging out, fam. And I can't really see the chat because the monitor is far away. I'm calling you CA and whatnot. And that's a different type of currency. Man, this is real. I'm losing my mind. Okay, let me see. Let me read that last super chat. Shout out to Sam. So it was Sam the whole time that was giving the super chat. Okay. He said, if hold on a second, if women hated men who had multiple women, Future, the rapper, wouldn't have baby mamas and kids. That's true. If they really hated these guys, these women would not be laying up with these brothers. But they sure signing up to line up. Let's go.
Just say, I'm gonna call it black men, because I know personally, me personally, I know I always want to end up with a black man. I've never dated outside of my race. I've never had the want to date outside of my race. That's me personally. Just me. Yeah. I know a lot of black women like that. Yeah.
I just think that when you find somebody, if they black, Puerto Rican, or they white, whatever, they Russian, Asian, if they love you,
absolutely.
Just be with them.
Absolutely.
I think it's like everyone loves our men. Our men are like what everyone wants.
Oh yeah, everybody wants a black man.
Everybody wants a black man.
It's interesting how they all there shouting and praising us brothers by everybody want a black man, but none of these women are lining up to be wives. See, what I find with the BW is she get upset when you brothers talk about dealing with women overseas or women that are non-black. They get upset with that, right? But when you try to holler at them, it's a problem. Telling you, fam, they're going to be single for the rest of their lives. Let's go.
This is a really deep subject to start with, actually. I'm uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. There's many different races who will date a black man, where black women maybe won't date an Asian
and
or
I
a
think
white
that's
guy.
But
they do not have a problem dating our black men.
That's my point. That goes into the ratio going
but
down.
Is that about us not wanting to date, or is that about them not wanting to date us? Because you date who approaches you, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how often, I
agree with you.
How often is it that an Asian man is approaching you, or a white man is approaching you?
Asian man is not approaching none of you, and a white man is not approaching none of you. Stop. They're not approaching you.
And sure. But you also work, you entertain yourself in certain areas. Yes. You work in the finance industry. Yes. So your accessibility is different, right? And if you go to an HBCU, you're not necessarily meeting men of a different race.
Right.
Or if you go into a certain industry, you're not necessarily meeting men of a certain race.
Very
so that's what I'm saying. That issue it's deep. It's so layered. There's so many affects and influences. Like it's hard to say this is the reason. Like because a black woman will talk to someone who talks to her.
Absolutely.
But
not everybody. Because some black women don't know how to have those kind of conversations with someone outside of their race because they either feel like they're intimidated.
Because they've never had those conversations with somebody outside of their race.
Well, maybe that's the answer to the question why so many black women are single. It's because so many other races are dating our black men.
That is true.
Which is leaving them alone. Because they don't want to date outside of the race.
I don't know if it's fair to judge.
Do you see how these women are all confused, fam? This is sad, man. 2022, fam. This is what we got to deal with right here, fam. None of them women are bringing forth children. None of them are wives. What a shame.
Us make it that one-sided. I really do think there is, to T's point, many levels to that question. I don't think it's
I don't think it's no one answer.
I don't think it's fair to say, oh, it's because whatever. I'll say it, white women date black men
all the time.
I don't think that's fair to say that. I do think there's still onus on even black women. I've talked to many black guys who will be like, I approach black girls all the time and try to try to do my get to know them thing.
You notice they all holding them wine glasses, but nobody drinking nothing. They just do this stuff for style, for the camera.
I've had so many black girls turn a cold shoulder to me. That is a real thing. Might not be anybody in this room, but that is a huge part.
Also depends on where you are, right? So like, if I'm by myself somewhere, you may not be as like ready to talk and have a conversation because you're protecting yourself, right? Like I feel like I'm alone. I don't know what this crowd is like. I'm not necessarily being friendly, right? It definitely depends on your approach and where you are and who you are and where you live and what town you're in.
Agreed.
Your entertainment
Then
time.
I'll put it into perspective for me. I'll talk about me. I know I have absolutely turned a cold shoulder to like even a black guy that approached me that don't look like what I want him to look like. I've definitely done it.
Is it look like? When you say look like
that's all you got.
All of us
First
do.
impression, that's all you got.
Do you see how they're all superficial? In other words, the guy got to look like something that they want him to be. They want a Mr. Potato Head at the end of the day. That's what they really want. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go.
Like, what does he have on, or like, you know,
what he looks like?
Package.
But I think,
without them even like, okay, they say hi, and then you turn around and you be like, them sneakers is beat up.
No, yes. And
Yes,
I always say hello.
Blocking your blessings.
I always say that.
Notice how they judging the guy based on his sneakers. She said those sneakers are beat up. Wow.
Here has done that.
No, we have.
Yeah,
we have.
Every single person has done that.
Well,
I say hello.
I'm always.
I always say
I'm
hello.
like, oh, I'm good, but
I
I'm
for
good.
sure always say
I
hello.
have done that. I've definitely
Good.
done that to
I'm
guys
good.
in the
I'm
past.
good.
I've done, he don't really.
I'm gonna do that to any man.
He's
I'm
not
gonna
really
look down. I'm gonna like.
But who knows? You could have passed on something that could have been really great.
Could have been amazing.
I'm done.
Because you did that
That
as
was
entertainment. I think that's what.
See, while they turning down the guy because his sneakers look beat up, that guy probably been doing very well for himself. But for whatever reason, you look down on him because of his sneakers. It's sad out here, fam. Really sad for these ladies.
But I don't think you have to entertain that. I mean, if you leave that right, it's not happening.
That's a very, very layered question.
It
I don't
is.
think there's one answer.
not
I don't
one
think it's
answer.
also fair to say why are black women.
Yeah,
I know a lot of single white girls. I know a lot
true.
of single Spanish girls.
That's
you know,
true.
so I think it's very layered.
I just think that we just need to be open as women.
Absolutely.
That's really the thing. Be open. Understand you have like your check boxes and the things that you're looking for in a man, but just be open to the conversation. Be open to the person when you meet them, because you just never know.
Absolutely.
Well, let me ask you
Absolutely.
this. Do you think black men are afraid to commit?
No.
No. Absolutely.
What about black men in the North?
Black men in the
Or does it take them
northern, in
longer?
the inner city, it definitely takes them longer. If you meet a black man and they and it also depends on like how did they grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Like a black man growing up in the inner city, talking about like an urban community, one single parent, not having both parents in your house.
Y'all acting like y'all had both parents in your house. This ain't making no sense.
It's gonna be harder for them to commit because that's not what they're used to.
I disagree.
I think it's a
I
very
disagree.
I don't.
personal
I
thing.
think
This is
Yeah.
I
again
don't think
super
you
layered.
can-
It's so
Yeah.
deep.
So because a brother didn't have his father or didn't have his mother in the house, that mean that he's not going to be able to commit? That's why? See, what you ladies want is you want him to commit to you under monogamy. That's never going to happen. I already told you already, but y'all not listening to me. Shout out to Sam for the super chat. Says, perfect example. LeBron is a married billionaire and a bunch of groupies tried to get at him and he had to go. Women love men who are married or got chicks. That's a fact. I've been saying that. People think this is a game. Shout out to Esther again for another super chat. Says, this is painful to watch. The entire convo is trash. The convo should be, she openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. Yeah, it's like none of them really know what they're after. They're superficial. Everything seems to be based on materials at this point. They're not focused on a man loving them. None of them had even talked about what they bring to a man in terms of wife qualities. Are they going to cater to a man? Are they prepared to bear children? We're not even hearing none of these things. All they're talking about is a laundry list of what they expect a man to have and what they expect him to look like. Oh yeah.
Like, if we're talking about the family construct of the inner city black man, I don't know that we are equipped and like have the real psychology behind that.
I don't have the psychology, but I can tell you what I see.
Notice the kind of man they're really talking about. You know they're talking about Pookie and Ray Ray, right? From the hood, right? That's the only kind of guy they're talking about. They're not talking about a quality man. They're not talking about a righteous brother that follows the Most High. They're not interested in the guy. They're talking about the guy from the inner city that sits on the corner selling drugs, selling weed. That's the kind of guy they deal with because that's the kind of guy they lost their virginity to.
And I've seen it. I've seen most men, if you meet them and they've grown up with a two-parent household, they respect the two-parent household, they respect marriage, they respect commitment. That's what they see, that's what they know, that's what they're going to want to emulate. When you date guys who come from just a mother, don't know who their father is, drug addicted parents and stuff, there's a difference. Trust me.
No, it's not a difference. You're a liar. How do I know you're lying? Because you're right now trying to imply that you came from a two-parent household where everybody was married and successful, but yet your body count is up. You're not married. You don't have no man. You dated multiple men, and none of those guys wifed you up. So you're a liar. You're lying. She's a liar. She's trying to put down the black man by making it seem like, oh, he came from a single mother household, so he don't really know nothing. He's unable to commit, as if though she's so much far superior than that brother. But yet she dealt with multiple men, dated multiple men, most likely had sex with multiple men, but yet she's still not married. That's a problem. You can't see that as a problem? It doesn't matter if you came from a two-parent home or a one-parent home. That does not make you better than the other. You understand? You can have somebody that came from a one-parent home and become successful and a multimillionaire in the world. It has nothing to do with being in a single mom household or two-parent household. This woman is delusional. She don't know what she's talking about. Let's go.
I've dated them all, so I can tell you, yes, there's a difference.
I just like
What? She said she dated them all. Now, how is it that she dated them all, but she ain't wifed up yet? That's a problem in and of itself. Let's go. We're not trying to judge. Let's go.
And you can generalize it like that.
I'm just going to say my opinion. I think that
personal.
A guy that you meet that possibly that's from down south and grew up in a two-parent home and grew up with parents that's married, they value relationships different. They value women different. That's just my honest opinion. That's my opinion.
I think like once they get a professional job too, they want that wife. Like it's a part of like that whole like corporate culture too. And I think a man, when they settle down, they are ready to settle down. It's not about your family structure. It's like, I'm ready for this wife. I'm ready for this life.
No, we're not looking for no professional woman. We're not looking for none of that. We're not looking for no woman in a corporate job that is totally busy. She don't got no time to be in that bed. She don't got no time to raise them kids. No, we don't want that woman. Mm-mm. We'll take the sister. We'll take the sister that work at Wendy's or the sister at White Castles. We'll get with her. Because we know that she's not superficial. She's not all materialistic. She's just trying to do her thing, and we'll take her under our wing and deal with her. Not you chicks that are boss chicks. We're not trying to deal with you. Let's go.
They commit to it.
But
they meet that person that they can't imagine not being without, and they're like, this is it. So I don't think it has anything to do with the background. It's like where you are in life. Because you could be a hoe when you're in college. You could be a hoe right out of college. But then you're like, I'm 30. I have this job, and I'm ready for this life. And you commit to settling.
When they know,
not
they
settling,
know.
but you settling down.
I think that statement is a broad stroke. I think that a lot of times when you meet a man and he's ready, it's literally timing. Yeah. And mindset, right? So you can meet someone that, like you said, has been running the streets and do whatever, but they meet someone, not just the person, but also the timing when they meet the person, and everything clicks, everything changes, the trajectory changes because they're like, oh well, maybe I'm ready to do this, or maybe they saw someone that inspired them. Like, if I want this person right here, I'm gonna change my outlook. I'm gonna change.
And I see how much better his life is now. That he has this partner.
He's enriched by this partner.
And
so I think
things
that's
happen. No, I agree. And I think that what you're saying, there is some truth to that, right? So when you grow up a certain way, there is some tendency to emulate that thing.
Correct.
So if you see a family structure, you want that family structure. If you see a different family structure, you might gravitate towards that family
Or
structure.
you might not
as well.
even know how to love like that because you haven't been raised to see that.
Right, but you also have to want to do that, right?
Exactly,
So
and it's
you
just
don't
hard.
defeat
It is
yourself.
hard.
It's
I'm
about
telling you,
you.
it's hard for a black man who has not seen that. Trust me, I've had conversations with black men about that. Like, I haven't seen that, so I don't really know.
But I think
How-
We're up in the
but I
Cosby
think-
Show
but I
era.
think- but I
We've
think
seen
it-
it.
I think
Even
you've
when
seen
I
it.
was
I think
there.
it's
You've
very
seen it.
different
Yeah,
from
you.
us.
you
Are these grown women? Are y'all listening to this echo chamber? All right, let's have a little fun. Let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 women inside that room. Let's see, brothers. Which one of those women in that room do you think have potential in somewhat a way? Who in that room has potential? Let's see. Or should I say, who in that room can get it? Somebody said no. Yo. Oh man, yo, this is bad, man. Let me see what's going on with the chat, man. Based on whatever you want it to be, fam. It's like, okay, if you saw one of them chicks walking down the street, like, would you holler and try to wife her up? You know, it is what it is, man, you know. Based on whatever. I'm trying to prove a point here because, you know, a lot of times these women think that men just want to wife them up. I'm trying to show these ladies the majority of men will hook up with you because they just want to have sex. So if we were just going by sex only, which of those sisters right there would you brothers be ready to smash? We're not talking about wifing her up. We're not talking about nothing else. Which one of them would you be lining up to get with? Let's see. So these ladies in the clouds can pretty much understand what's going on. Because they thinking that these brothers trying to line up to wife them up. Not at that age, they not. It's not happening. Let me see. Everybody said none. A lot of you guys is capping. Unless it's the whole Roe v. Wade overturn that y'all really concerned with. Let's get back into this.
Even on TV.
Right, but still,
I think it's very different.
But onus is on them. Not all of us were equipped with everything in the
Of
book, right?
course.
For
So
sure.
if you want this, you go after it and you figure out how to fix whatever you have on your plate. I don't think everyone gets a pass because of...
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm just
But I
saying
say that's where they struggle.
I think it's not that easy. I agree with you, but I think it's still hard to say that because you grew up not seeing this, you don't want this.
It's a challenge. You struggle. You struggle with that.
And people who saw the family construct are still very confused about what that looks like. Because just because you were married doesn't make you faithful.
And doesn't make you happy.
And it doesn't make you respect a woman or a man. And it doesn't, like, so that's what I mean about the psychology behind it. It's just too hard to say.
See, brothers, you're never going to be able to wife up one of these women because they have already been set in their ways. So you trying to teach them and guide them, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right?
Because I came from a broken home, that means I don't respect the broken. I don't respect a family situation. I don't respect a 2-parent household.
You would think that it would want to. I'm telling you, you would think that, okay, I grew up this way, I should want more and I should do better. But people, I'm telling you, it's generation after generation. They emulate what they see.
Sure.
There's some truth to that.
And when I
get
say
you.
that,
I get you.
because I agree to an extent of what you're saying. I totally agree with that. I just think that again, it's so convoluted.
It is.
But I think
These some challenging questions this time.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you know.
We need like a PhD.
Yeah.
Like an ED. We need some therapy.
We definitely.
But it's like even as women, you bring to the relationship how you how your mom treated your father.
Your father, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And how your father loved you.
And how your
And that's
father
how
loved
you
you.
that's what you want in a man,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
You want the man that your father was,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter how great your father was, or no matter how confused your father was, or complicated your father was, you look to dating that person.
But what
Or-
about when you
or-
don't know who your father is and you grew up with a mother and you don't know who your father is, so then
Yeah, what if you grew up in a house without your father and you don't have that example of what a quality man is supposed to be? Then what? See, this is where modern women are right now. They weren't raised with their father because their father was most likely dusty because their mom chose him. You understand? That's what happened. And they never had no male role models in their life to show them what a quality man's supposed to be. So these women consequently grow up in a world where they're just going by their feelings. And this is why they gave their vajayjay to everybody in junior high, in high school, in college, at the workplace. Don't move too much, ladies. We won't know that you getting it in at the workplace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you ladies are getting it in at the workplace. Y'all find that little room where nobody's at? Y'all know? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You brothers, too. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know about that room at the workplace that nobody go into? Y'all lock the door. Click, click, click. And she already had it all prepared because she went to her locker room, did what she had to do, freshen up, whatever the case is, boom, boom, bang. And y'all took care of business. That's pretty much what's going on. So she did all of that, destroyed her life, and now she's expecting you to wife her up now that she's in her 40s. This is crazy, fam. Not saying that some sisters in their 40s can't get it. We're not saying that. Like, you could get it. You could be a concubine, if anything, but a wife, oh no, not a wife. There's no incentive on making you a wife at this point. You can stay by your own crib, live in your own little world, you know what I'm saying? And we can kick it, you know what I'm saying? I could be your man, you could be faithful, but you becoming a wife, it's too late for that. You had that time when you were in your 20s, you threw that away. You threw it away. And if you got kids, I'm not here to take care of your kids. You can go call your so-called baby daddy for that mess. Brothers, your job is not to take care of another woman's kids. That's not your responsibility. The rule of thumb that I've been teaching on for many years is if she have one child, you can give her a pass because maybe she made some mistakes in her past. She got over it. Cool. But if you get with a woman, she got 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies, or 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies, fam, your responsibility is not taking care of them kids. And if she tell you, well, if you want some of this for JJ, you're going to have to take care of me and all of my kids. All of my kids. You don't fall for the okie doke, fam.
therefore you struggle with how to love and what love really means. I'm telling you this because I know people who struggle with that each and every day.
You struggle. All of you ladies are struggling with that. None of y'all know what love means because you never had a father to love you. And you don't follow the Most High Yah. You don't believe in the Bible because if you knew and understood the scriptures, you would know what love really is. Love is not this emotional thing that you ladies believe in. It's not. Let's go.
Each and every day, and my parents were married, and like I think it's not that easy. Yeah,
You know, we talked about this.
It's
Me and Tia had very serious conversations about that.
because it's just not that easy. Just because our parents were married doesn't make it a healthy relationship. Doesn't teach you how to have healthy relationships with men. It's just so much more complicated than that. So yeah, and then my parents they separated when I moved out. I went to college and then my parents separated. Doesn't mean that.
So hold on, let me get this straight. Y'all talked all of this smoke about how, if you have 2-parent home, you'll be successful. She said that her parents separated when she got out of college or something like that. Where's the love? I'm telling you, fam, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Make sure you get those likes up on the video, fam. Get them likes up on the video. Stop playing around and get those likes on the video. You know what I mean? This is sad, fam. This is like really, really sad. Shout out to Sam again for another super chat. Appreciate the support. Michael, hold on, let me just read this thing correctly. Michael B. Jordan tried to be monogamous with Lori Harvey. And look how that went. Now Lori Harvey done moved on and left dude. Monogamy don't work. It's true. See, one thing you have to understand, because throughout the whole ordeal with this Michael B. Jordan nonsense, if y'all notice, I didn't even make no videos about that garbage. You know, everybody was making video after video after video after video after video. I'm like, yo, why are y'all making so many videos about this broad? She's a 304 in the industry, fam. She dated P. Diddy. Then got with his son. Then got with another dude. Then got with another dude. And got with another guy over there. Got with another dude over there. Then she got with that guy. Got with about 18 other guys. Then she got with Michael B. Jordan. Ooh. Everybody thought he hit gold. Bruh, you already done signed up for death. That woman is going to be single for the rest of her natural life. And she will continually get ran through. Her entire purpose in life is just to get ran through. We're going to do some videos on that. Were you born to get ran through? We're going to do some videos about that, because a lot of you ladies seem to be walking down that path where you just allow men to just run through you. Like, you don't have no respect for yourself. You don't have no respect for your body. You know what I'm saying? You're walking around here living foul. You know what I'm saying? You're just not right, fam. It's like you all over the block. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not healthy. Let's get back into this video. We don't want to rush to judgment.
You learned how to love because your parents were married, or because you were a little more affluent, or you came from a middle-class family, or you had to go through a struggle in order to be aggressive and hustle and be an entrepreneur, or like, and need somebody who comes from the same struggle. It's not that black and white.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Anyway, fam, that's the end of that particular clip right there. We're going to have more on this particular subject, you know what I'm saying, to continue the conversation, to figure out why BWs are single. Oh, yeah, we're going to have that talk, fam. You already done know what it is. It's Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube for reactionary videos, commentary, criticism. Come on, fam. Get the likes up on the video. Let's go. Black Male Advice TV. Bringing you the best reactionary videos on YouTube. Make sure you like the video today. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Click the notification bell for more videos. Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/blackmaladvicetv. You can support the show via Cash App $Ringo TV Raw. And I'll see you cats in the next video. It is what it is. This is a good one. A good conversation. Very, very interesting video. We got a lot of information out of there. Modern women are confused about a lot of things. And it's sad. But we're going to deal with more of this issue. We're going to have more streams coming up later. We're really putting in a lot of work, getting a lot of creativity done with these commentary videos. Shout out to Esther again for another super chat. Appreciate your support. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on a second. You said, question, is it lawful for a woman, especially if she's older, no children, never married, no body counts, to be like Paul and give herself to dedication of the Most High? Or is she required to get married? Well, when you really think about it, you had women in the scriptures that wasn't married. And the scriptures even talks about that. The Bible talks about how there are women. Let me break it down like this. There's scripture in the scriptures that talks, scriptures in the Bible, I should say, that talks about how if a woman is not married, she's able to focus on how she may please the Lord. It's in the scriptures, if we look it up. You know what I mean? If I have time, I could actually go there, but I don't want to mess up the stream. Probably have to do a whole nother video on that. But it talks about how there are women and men. If you're single, you're able to focus on the things of the Most High because you don't have no distractions. Whereas if you're a woman and you're married, you got to focus on how you can be that helpmate to your husband. You got to focus on your kids. You got to focus on the house, domestic duties, and so forth. But if you're single now, you can now be devoted to the Most High. But now, how many women in today's day that are truly, truly like Paul? See, Paul wasn't online watching porn. Paul was devoted to the Most High. Paul had no attraction to women at all. He was totally focused on the Most High. So if a woman want to be, or I guess come across like she's like Paul in that sense, she can't be out here talking about, well, you know, I'm celibate, but yet you have desire. Because the scriptures also go into talking about it's better to marry than to burn. So again, when you're single, you're able to focus on the things of the Most High. When you're married, or when you have a wife, whether you're a woman, you have a husband, or you're a man and you have a wife or more than one wife, you're responsible for your family. So you can't be devoted to the Most High the way a single person can who have no interest in being married. Again, we're talking about somebody who have zero interest in being married. We're not talking about somebody who is just single, who just single for a time. We're talking about a person who is like Paul. Remember, Paul ain't get married. Paul didn't have no wives. He didn't have multiple wives. He was just focused on the Most High. That's why he said, I would that all men were even as I am. You understand? Now, he says all men, right? So we can say, oh, he meant all men. But if you really think about that, when we talk about how man was created and all this other stuff in the image and likeness of the Most High, we know he's talking about men. But you have women that are out here that are still single. And for the most part, a lot of ladies are going to be single for the rest of their lives. But if you have desire, key word, if you have desire, if you're single, you're following the Most High, but you have desire, meaning sexual desire, then you're supposed to be married. That's why the scripture says it's better to marry than to burn. It don't make no sense to me to walk around talking about I'm like Paul, I'm celibate, but I'm having urges and desire to mate. That doesn't make me one who is like Paul. Paul didn't have those issues. That's why he said it's better to marry than to burn. It don't make no sense. You're walking around as a woman trying to be single, right? But you have desire, or you have a rose toy, for lack of better words. Can't be like Paul now and you got a rose toy under the bed. That ain't gonna work. You know, you got to be totally devoted. So I hope that pretty much answers that question. Let me make sure I read it again just for edification. It said, question, is it lawful? Well, we're not dealing with laws here. We're not dealing with laws. You know what I'm saying? There is no law that said I have to go and wife up this sister over here. You know what I mean? I make the choice to choose to wife up this woman over here. It's not like I have to go and do it. And if I don't do it, I'm in trouble. The whole point is, if you have desire, that's proof that you're supposed to be a wife because you have desire. But if you're single and you have never been with a man, or life have not permitted it because either you wasted your years or, you know, for whatever reason, things didn't go your way, then you just have to accept what you have in your ballpark. But I wouldn't use that as a way of saying, well, I'm like Paul, because there's a lot of women that wasted their life away. And now they grew older, never had children, never been married. And it's all because of their upbringing, because society told them, go to college, get an education. You don't need a man. You could do bad by yourself. And women have chased education and careers. And by the time they did that, they turned around. They're 45 years old now. They're still paying off their school loan till this day. They got their own house, car, everything, but they got no husband. They never had no time to do that because society has tricked them into putting family last. And so a lot of women have regretted the fact that they went out there to establish businesses, careers, education, all this stuff, and they never put no effort into preparing to be a wife. So now they're trying to do that while they're in their 40s and 50s, and it's too late. You know, at that point, it's a wrap for them at the end of the day. So again, if you're a sister and you believe that, let me read it again. I'm just going to read from if a woman, especially a woman, if she's older, right? No children, never married, no body counts, to be like Paul. Well, again, Paul had an office. The Most High didn't call women to be Paul. That's another thing. The Most High did not call women to be Paul. Remember, Paul was an apostle. He was out here doing ministry. He didn't call. See, when women are single and they're devoted to the things of the Most High, they're not out here, trying to be a man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High gave us prophets, pastors, evangelists, and so forth. Now, Paul had a particular calling on his life. When he said, I would that all men were even as I, he's talking about men in general. You understand? So we don't want to say if women are like Paul. We have to context like Paul as in him not marrying or having a wife. So a woman not having a husband. Yeah, there are women out here that can be like that. But are they acting like they're like Paul? Because Paul had a gift. He wasn't acting like he didn't want no woman. He wasn't trying to be celibate. Because a lot of people don't even know what celibate mean. You know what I mean? It literally means that you're abstaining from sex till you get married. Paul wasn't interested in being married. Do you understand? So if you have desire, if you have sexual desire, you don't have the gift of Paul. If you have sexual desire, you do not have the gift that Paul had. I need to make that very clear. Because a lot of people out here trying to be, like when you go to these Catholic churches, these priests, they're trying to act as if though they're like Paul when they're not. And we see what happened in these churches when they messing around with these so-called boys. Right? So I hope everybody got what they needed from that brief of information. I hope that it answers the sister's question to the best of my ability. That being said, all right, fam, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get up on out of here. You already done know what it is. This was a good one. We're going to continue this discussion again. I'm going to go get me something to eat, do what I got to do. Check on my girls, make sure they not doing no craziness in their room on their computer. And that's about it, fam. So yeah, we'll be back later on with another episode of Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube, bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut, the way you need to hear it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel today. Subscribe to the channel, get the likes of the video up. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm out, fam. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out.